Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton, and you can also check us out on the Uneducated Network. Both shows on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff to Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, where you see myself on both shows and many other shows on Uneducated Network. That being said, we got a little Kawhi Leonard talk going on. So, sources came out a couple of days ago that Kawhi Leonard has said that he wants to leave San Antonio and he really prefers to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, before we get into all this, all this Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers talk, let's talk about the actual speculation at hand. Usually, these come out to where someone leaked it out to a very important person or journalist. And in this case, I don't see where Kawhi Leonard actually goes to the Lakers. But we all know the drama. Kawhi said that, or Kawhi's camp, because it's never Kawhi Leonard. It's always the camp. The camp has come out and said things for Kawhi, and I think that's where the problem leaks out. We all know about his famous uncle, the one who's taken over Kawhi's business pretty much, and we all don't like that guy. San Antonio has been known to be a top-notch, the organization to be, and they've proven over the last 2 decades now, 2 decades and a half, to be honest. They have been right there as one of the best organizations from top to bottom. We're talking about from the owner to the towel boy. They have been that elite. And in this one incident that's happened with Kawhi Leonard's quad, who he said he needed a second opinion because he felt like the doctors didn't do a good job. And then a source say the Spurs got upset about him wanting a second opinion. And that's when they kind of collided. And then you have the infamous teammates trying to, rally Kawhi. They want an intervention with him to try and get him going. Then you got Tony Parker saying how he had a hamstring issue, which is way worse, and he came back from it. And Ginobili saying that he really doubts that Kawhi Leonard will come back this year. All that crazy stuff. And I think with them, Greg Popovich has said it best. He said he got to find a time during the offseason to sit down with Kawhi one-on-one. And I'm hearing from Kawhi's camp, they're not the ones trying to do the talking. So Popovich has to find some kind of way to get Kawhi by himself, no uncle, no friends, none of that. By himself, talk one-on-one. What can we do to help each other out? Now, everyone's wondering if this is all true and if it's 100% accurate, where is Kawhi Leonard going to go? Now, Kawhi is going to be with the Spurs till 2019, so it has to be a trade. Has to be via trade. His preferred destination is LA. We all know that because he's from California. San Diego, he grew up in the area. He went to college for San Diego State, but he grew up in the area in LA. So we all know that everybody wants to play for their hometown team at some point, and especially if it's LA. That's like a guarantee. But we all know he has to be traded. But think about this. Before you pump the brakes with the whole, Kawhi Leonard joined the Lakers and then LeBron joined the Lakers, calm that down. Do you really think San Antonio, who's their arch rival over the last 2 decades, is arguably the Los Angeles Lakers? Why would you bring Kawhi Leonard not just to the Lakers, but to the West, period? Like, to where you want to see him in the finals. You don't want to see him before that. Can you imagine a Kawhi Leonard Western Conference team beating out San Antonio during the playoffs to knock them out? That would look bad for the organization. Do you really think that they would bring them to the Lakers out of all teams to where maybe they could form a super team by bringing LeBron James there too? No. Cut that out right now. Kawhi Leonard is not going to the Lakers. He's going somewhere in the East if he gets traded at all. In my opinion, Kawhi Leonard stays where he is. Kawhi is the top 3. At the worst, he's the 3rd best player in the league. At the best, he's the 2nd best player in the league. He is that dynamic. The Spurs will have to have something crazy happen, like a train wreck for them to just let him go to the Western Conference, to the Lakers team, to form a super team that could dethrone him for the next 4 or 5 years. It's not about to happen. Now, there's been rumors about him going to Philadelphia, rumors about him going to Boston. Boston, I believe, has the best chance because they have the best assets. If you're talking a straight Eastern Conference team with the best assets. We're talking about draft picks, and we're talking about players. They have a plethora of that. So now Philadelphia, they have the draft picks, but the players, they don't have the players because you're not getting away Embiid or Simmons. So you got to give some players away, maybe Fultz. But San Antonio isn't budging on that, and they have all day. They can go to him and say, you know what, we're not going to trade you. We're not. So no, do what you got to do, but we're not going to trade you. Kawhi Leonard, if they say that, Kawhi has to perform this year because basically, if he doesn't perform, it's telling the other teams that if we have somewhat of an issue with Kawhi Leonard, he's not going to perform for us. So the Spurs have all the leverage. I would not trade Kawhi Leonard if I'm the Spurs. Do not trade Kawhi Leonard. He is the third best player. If you can get to talking with him and settling things down. Oh, and by the way, he has a super max deal on the line for next year. 5 years, over $200 million. He cannot get that anywhere else. He will lose like $81 million like that if he gets traded. 81 to $100 million. He will lose all that if he gets traded. So he is not doing that. I can guarantee you guys that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Kawhi Leonard goes, what he does, because I'm a big fan of Kawhi Leonard. I love his game. I love how he's very quiet. Yes, pun intended. And I liked it about him. Man. He goes about his business. He plays defense and offense, both sides very hard. But what's going on in this area, I don't know who to really blame. Is it a player or is it an organization? Because the organization has been top notch. And Kawhi said he wants to be healthy 100% with that quad. So he wasn't gonna, go out there and risk getting injured because he wants that supermax deal. I can't blame the player, and I can't blame the organization for wanting to play. So it's a very tough decision, but at the end of the day, you gotta go with the player side if you have to pick. I'm going with the player side. I think Kawhi Leonard is basically saying my quad isn't right, and you guys misdiagnosed me 2 times. I'm not gonna go out there and hurt myself to where I don't get my money. We saw the same thing happen in Boston with Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas worked his butt off for a couple years over there and was MVP candidate last year for the Celtics, and then he hurts himself with a hip injury, and he can't get paid the money that he was wanting to get. So now he has to earn it somewhere else. So I understand. I side on the caution of the players when it comes to that. Look, Kawhi and San Antonio have to work it out. But if they do not work it out, I guarantee you will see Kawhi Leonard being traded to an Eastern Conference team nowhere in the West. Guarantee it. The Lakers have some decent picks to bring to San Antonio. Pop isn't about to do that. You're not about to bring him to the West. You're going to bring him to the East. So I can see Boston, maybe Philadelphia, teams like that who have the assets to give somebody up. But if I'm calling Orlando, I'm calling Atlanta, teams like that. I don't want to see Kawhi nowhere, not even in the NBA Finals. I don't want to see him from the Spurs. So we'll find out what happens with the Kawhi sweepstakes. They have all off season to worry about this. If he does get traded, I guarantee you it'll be in the middle of the season. It won't be in the off season. So LeBron has to, keep playing rope a dope to try and find his perfect team that he wants to get. But it won't be in LA with Kawhi Leonard. I promise you that. So my name is Carlos Clayton. This is Uneducated Sports Talk presented by Uneducated Network. Please like and subscribe to both channels. That being said, sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.